Once again, good evening to all the dear meditators. Today is the 25th of June 2021. We are not. We are going to use the maximum use of this evening too, and on this Friday evening too, we are going to keep another step ahead in our spiritual practice. So before we start, it is our practice of ancient tradition. We need to greet each and everybody. So together, everybody, to greet each other. Everyone, please say together 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sadhu.
It is all, as I always mention, it's a great action of loving kindness. In this world, there is no one who don't like acceptance, who don't like a welcome. So this is a sharing of loving kindness. This is a sharing of compassion. So we did it. Now we are going to start. Dear Dhamma friends, so for California, still we don't have the rain. But today I'm going to talk about the rain as a simile. When the rain rains, at such times, there is one thing which helps us to not get wet and to stay to avoid our dress and our body to get wet. That is the umbrella. When you raise the umbrella above our head, it protects us from getting wet. Just like that, in this world too, there are rains. What are those rains? Those rains are the incidents. There are 8 kinds of incidents which happen throughout our life. So, first thing is, sometimes we feel happy. Things become which creates inside happiness. Sometimes, most of the times, things happen which creates unhappiness inside. Then sometimes we gain things. Sometimes we lose things, and sometimes we feel respected. Sometimes we get scolded. So sometimes we feel comfort. Sometimes we feel discomfort. These 8 incidents, they keep on happening throughout our lives. These are the 8 kinds of rains that rain throughout our life. What is the umbrella? The mind. So not only just the mind, the wise mind. So if we have a well-tamed mind, if we do have a mind that has inner calmness, inner quietness, and wisdom, whatever the rain that rains, we understand it comes here to go. And whatever the rain, whatever the rain that we face in our life currently, maybe it's a happiness, it is not happiness, maybe it is a gain, or maybe it is a loss. Sometimes maybe it's a respect. Sometimes maybe it's a disrespect or a scolding, or sometimes it may be comfort, or it may be discomfort. Let it be any rain. Whatever the rain that rains, if we understand that they are temporary, they are bound to go. With wisdom, if we develop that wisdom inside us, then whatever it happens, the mind stays still, just like a pure, calm, clean pond. So for that, we can't achieve it like just within a very short period of time. we need the gradual practice. We need the patience, little by little, calmly, practicing step by step, understanding that I'm doing this not for anybody else, for my own good, for my own benefit, for my own welfare. And then later on, I'm going to share the same comfort, same well-being, same positivities with the other people. You practice. So gradually. So even a tiny ant, if it wanted to go somewhere, if it understanding the place that it wants to go, if it continuously walks towards that direction, then even though it is small, definitely it will reach its own goal. Maybe we don't have the same kind of abilities, perfections, paramis, just like the Arhats did have, or the Buddha had. But still, with our small abilities, still if we practice continuously, we will reach the very same goal that we are yearning, that we are aiming, that we are practicing to achieve, little by little, step by step, one day. So it is very important to practice continuously. That is so much important. So today too, we are going to keep another step ahead. So dear Dhamma friends, so if you join within the month of June, please practice breathing meditation. If not, please start practicing Vipassana meditation, that means insight meditation. So breathing meditation, this is how you need to practice. Focus your entire attention. Focus your entire attention towards your breath. When the breath is coming in, be completely aware and don't go with the breath all the way inside. Just stop your observance. So just finish your focus at the end of this nostril and let the breath go in. When it comes back, it will touch the very same place, the end of your nostrils, and will go away. When it is going away, when you are breathing out, be aware that I am breathing out right now. When you are breathing in, you are aware that you are breathing in. When you are breathing out, you are completely aware that you are breathing out. If it is long, be aware that it is long. If it is short, be aware that it is short. If it is gross, if it is soft, let it be so. Don't try to change it, and be aware about the natural and normal flow of your own breath. And accept the current reality wholeheartedly and keep on developing your concentration, inner calmness. Dear Vipassana meditators, so last week we started observing the neck area too. So we started from the top of the head and we kept on observing the sensations part by part, pitch by pitch, understanding that each and every breath has the same characteristic. What is that? Impermanence. Each and whatever the sensation it is, let it be how pleasing it is or how painful it is, how comfortable the sensation is, how uncomfortable the sensation is. Each and every sensation does have only one characteristic. That is, it arises and it will definitely pass away. A sensation arises always to pass away. And there is no any other sensation that you can feel. So again, so whatever the sensation that you feel right now, it is unique. You can't feel it again. Even though how hard you try, you can't feel it again. So respect every sensation, observe every sensation, welcome every sensation, and give your entire attention to each and every sensation, and understand whatever the sensation it is, impermanent, impermanent, changing, changing, changing. Nothing to grasp as I. So this body, for this body, we can't hold any part as mine. Yes, constitutionally yes, but according to the real truth, ultimate truth, the natural truth, this body is in a flux, in a flow of change. So with that understanding, please work ardently, developing your wisdom, developing your insight, and developing your inner happiness, inner calmness, and detachment. So now we are going to start. Everyone, please sit comfortably. Please keep your back straight, neck straight, head straight. Please keep your right palm on your left palm, and please close your eyes and relax. Completely relax. Namo tase bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhase. Namo tase bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhase. Namo tase bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhase. Now everyone, please start your meditation with a very calm mind, with a very quiet, very alert, very attentive mind, with a very equanimous mind, balanced mind. May your meditation be very, very successful. Very, very successful. Now everyone, please start the meditation. Now, everyone, please stay eyes closed. The new meditators, if the legs are very painful, you can relax the legs, but don't open the eyes. And then stay closed. Now we are going to practice loving kindness meditation in brief. Relax, relax. First of all, let's share our loving kindness with yourself, then towards parents, relatives, and friends, then towards the enemies, and after that, towards all beings in the world. Spread loving kindness towards yourself. May I be well. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I come out of anger, hatred, jealousy, ill will, and all the negativities. May I attain and enjoy real peace, real happiness, Nibbana. Spread loving kindness towards yourself. Just like me, may my parents, my mom, my dad, and relatives and friends be well, be happy, be peaceful. May they come out of anger, hatred, jealousy, ill will, and all the negativities. May they enjoy real peace, real happiness. Just like me, may my enemies also accept and share my loving kindness. I ask forgiveness from the people that I tried to hurt or that I hurt. And at the same time, I forgive everybody who hurt me. I share my loving kindness with all of them. May all my enemies be well, be happy, be peaceful. May they come out of anger, hatred, jealousy, ill will, and all the negativities. May they enjoy real peace and real happiness. Just like me, may all the beings in this universe, let them be birds, let them be insects, animals, and at the same time visible or invisible beings. Let them be powerful or weak, ugly or beautiful. You spread, I spread loving kindness towards everyone equally. May all beings in this universe be well, be happy, be peaceful. May they come out of anger, hatred, jealousy, ill will, and all the negativities. May all beings enjoy real peace, real happiness. Nibbana. Now everyone, very calmly, very calmly, very slowly, please open your eyes. Please open your eyes and relax. And now please unmute yourself and together, very peacefully, please say 3 times, Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu.
Sadhu.
Dear meditators, so the session, meditation session, sitting meditation time for the day of 25th June is over. It is not going to come again. So the progress that you achieve even though it's a small one or it's a big one, let it be any, it is going to be with you. So, in our life, we spend a lot of time, to entertain our, uh, our sensual pleasures. For the eyes, we try to achieve as much as pleasant with the eyes. We try to see as much as pleasant things. With the ears, we try to hear pleasant sounds as much as possible. For the tongue, and at the same time for the nose and for the body, we try to achieve and have very comfortable, pleasing feelings. For this, we spend most of our time. But at the end, when you turn back, and if you wisely see, with your wisdom, if you reflect back, you will understand that all those moments you just spent without without having any development, which will remain for the rest of your life. Sittings like this are not like that. Whatever the time that you spend on these non-sectarian, pure, uh, peace developing, inner happiness developing practices, all the positivities that you develop, they don't go in vain. They go with you and help you in each and every step of your life. So that's why these kinds of moments are so precious. So we had such kind of a very nice, very precious, enlightening time. Now today, before I start the teaching, uh, I want to remind that it is very important to keep the body without changing. That means the posture without changing. Especially the Vipassana meditators, when you practice, as I mentioned earlier too, when you sit for the meditation, please determine yourself not to change your posture. Determine that within these 30 minutes, I'm not going to change even a little bit of my posture. So within these 30 minutes, I develop adhitthana, the noble determination. When you sit with this adhitthana, it can help you. It can help you to remove, to come out of more deeper, more tougher negativities that we do have inside us. The more, so one negativity that we do have is impatience. When you develop this tactic, when you determine this, and when you spend those 30 minutes without changing the posture, you will realize that when you interact with the other people in your day-to-day life, that you are more patient. So, and at the same time, you see things that you have never seen before. And at the same time, so you experience things more deeper than the earlier times. So you will yourself understand this reality. Why? Because impatience has gone and patience has developed. And at the same time, you will realize that earlier, to do certain kind of tasks, it took a long time. But now, you don't take such a long time to fulfill, to complete that task. Earlier, there were things that you thought which are difficult to do, difficult to accomplish. Now, you realize that your determination has gone up, that you feel like they are doable, they are accomplishable, and they are not big deals. Nobody came and did the miracle for you. You yourself did the miracle for you. What is that? You came out, you came out of certain kind of negativities that made you lazy, that made you disheartened, that made you impatient, like that. So when they are gone, or when their level, their ability, their energy has gone down, now you feel better. That's why you feel such kind of things. So please, when you sit for when you start the vipassana meditation, please try to maintain the same posture without changing, without moving your hands, without moving your heads, without moving your shoulders, nothing. Try to stay still throughout the 30 minutes and not letting the mind wander, and just practicing the meditation technique. It is very useful for you. So the other thing, it helps to maintain the focus. So it is good. So it is good if you can sit very still, because uh, when you move your attention from part to part, you will realize when you keep your body still, it is easier to move your attention than uh, than uh, than the times that you change your body, change your posture. What has happened is the sharpness of the mind, it has started developing. The sensing ability of the mind, it has started developing. That's the difference. So in all these ways, uh, developing the determinatory position, that means sitting with this noble determination, is very, very helpful and important for the practice, beneficial for the practice, and at the same time it is beneficial not only for the practice but also for your uh, day-to-day life too, because it develops more positivities which can make your day-to-day life more happier, more comfortable, and more effective. So please do it like that. That is for Vipassana meditators. So today I'm going to teach you about the third noble truth. I taught you the first noble truth 2 weeks ago, and I taught that there is a universal suffering. And then last week I told you that there is a cause for this suffering. What is the cause? That is the crave. We crave not to get old. We crave to stay young as much as possible, but it's not happening. Old age is there, and it brings us suffering. We like to stay healthy throughout the life, but it's not happening. All the time we have sicknesses inside. Physical sicknesses, mental sicknesses. So this suffering is there, and it is universal. And there is another suffering, death. it is also suffering. Birth, which brings all these sufferings to our life, it is also a suffering. It's a universal thing. It brings discontentment, discomfort, and suffering. And then things that you expect to happen, they don't happen. Something else happens. It's a suffering. What you like the most, people or the things, you lose those. Then you suffer. And at the same time, things or persons that you don't like happen or come to your association in life. Then you suffer. And at the same time, you have to interact with all these uh, all these five senses: eye, ears, nose, tongue, body. Each and every moment, you can't stop. You can't say, let me take a break. So it's also a universal suffering for all beings, not only for human beings, for all the beings. This suffering is there. And then the cause for this continuous suffering is our own craving. And then today we are going to briefly discuss and understand as much as possible. We don't have a long time. We are going to understand. So, what is the solution for this suffering? To come out of this suffering. So, the solution for this suffering, to get rid of this suffering, is letting this craving go away. In Pali, those days language, Buddha says, chago, giving up, chago, patinisaku, being free from the craving, giving up the craving, being free from the craving, mutti, so gaining independence from craving, anadil, not liking the craving again. So is the solution to come out of this universal suffering. But the thing is, we are just like, there's a way that we are used to see the happiness. So we are always due to our craving, we are always trying various ways, in various methods, in various ways. We try to achieve not an equanimous mind, not a balanced mind, but we always try to achieve a happy mind. But the thing is, until you understand that all these things are impermanent and changing, and there is no any real pleasure in entertaining the senses, you are completely far away from the real happiness. So what happens? Always you will be suffering throughout the life. You don't understand how to develop the balance of mind. You don't understand how beneficial, how much peace can be brought by developing a peaceful mind, an equanimous mind. So then what we do is we run after various kinds of pleasures, and sometimes for a very small moment of pleasure, some people endanger their whole life. And that's why there are so many criminals who are in jails. They couldn't control their mind. They ran after various kinds of short-time pleasures, but now they suffer for a long time. So the firefly, our nature is such. The firefly, whenever it sees a fire, a lamp, a lightning lamp, it flies towards that fire, thinking that it has pleasure. It has pleasure inside that fire. The crab, until the pot starts to boil, pot's water starts to boil. It swims up and down inside the pot, thinking it has a nice place. It is a nice place to swim. We are the same. Until the calamities come, until we face the consequences, we enjoy. We try to enjoy some short-term pleasures in life. But the reality is, whatever the things that we gain pleasure, they change. Most of the times, we suffer due to our own actions that we do to gain such kind of temporary pleasure. Some people stay remorseful throughout their life, but we need to understand the consequences, bad consequences that we gain by doing such kind of negative actions, negative karma. They don't stop in this very life. They will continue to come after you after this life too. If you believe in the cycle of next lives. So that's why in this world there is a variety because of their own karmas. Some people are intelligent, some people are not intelligent. Those who have done karmas to be intelligent, positive karmas, they have become intelligent. Those who have done karmas to not to be born with such kind of intelligent abilities, they have become so. Some people have become very beautiful. Some people have born with ugliness. Some people are born rich. Some people are born poor. This is there. So all these things happen because all these karmas happen. We do because of our own inner craving. Whenever you let go this craving, then you gain the freedom. You gain the freedom. But you need to understand what kind of cravings that we do have. So for the eyes, so according to Buddha, we have three kinds of cravings. Kama tanta, craving to entertain the senses. For the eyes, I told you, pleasant. We try to entertain the eyes. We have the craving to entertain the eyes, to see the nice scenes. For the ears, nice sounds. For the nose, nice smells. For the tongue, nice taste. And at the same time, for the body, nice touches. We have this craving throughout the life. And all the time when we have this craving, without understanding whatever the experiences, whatever the sensations that arise by all those physical experiences, they are impermanent and nothing to cling. Until we don't know that, we keep on clinging with craving. The more you cling, the more you suffer. Just like the crab, just like the firefly. Again and again, you you jump, you fly into the fire, you dance in the pot, boiling pot. So then, bhavatana, there is a deep-rooted craving too. Whenever we don't understand all these things which bring pleasure are impermanent, inside we have the craving to have an eye once again, to have an ear once again, to have a tongue once again, to have a nose once again, to have a body once again. So since we do have this craving, and if we do have enough good karmas too, we gain such kind of bodies. in the future lives. This nature is called as bhavatanha. And at the same time, there are people who understand that these are these things, so addicting to sensual pleasures is wrong. So it makes us suffer, and then they develop another craving to get rid of this circle. So here we need to understand properly. So yes, we need to have the ambition. We need to have the ambition to come out of this suffering. But still, we should develop the middle part, the middle mind when we practice. What you need to do is, so you don't crave either to get rid of the samsara, so get rid of the circle, and you don't either um, so you don't either practice to stay inside the circle. Uh, you just keep on observing the reality with it, and you try to understand the real truth with it. Then it will bring you to the status, to the station where you belong, where the practice finally brings you to. So uh, by doing any of these cravings, you only will face the suffering. So understanding that, so we need to let this craving go, and we need to develop inside wisdom. We need to develop inside wisdom, and at the same time, we need to understand that everything is impermanent. If you keep on clinging to those things, and if you um, try to crave, and think, oh, this should happen according to how I wish, and this should not happen, then what will happen is, what you think it won't happen, something else definitely happens. Then you are bound to suffer. Instead, understanding the nature of things, you do what you have to do, what is appropriate to do at that moment, and you let the nature to continue. And you don't expect, you don't pray for anything to happen according to your own way. You make the reasons. If it is bound to happen, let it happen. If it is not happening, let me try in another way. So thinking like that, you will work in life with an equanimous mind. So the more, when developing the equanimity means you are developing inner peace. The more inner peace you develop, then well, that means you are developing inner happiness. And developing this way, your mind this way, gradually, little by little, finally you will reach the stage, the stage of real peace, where there is real peace, where there is real happiness, where there is this liberation of mind, that is nibbana, where there is no any craving. So that's where we are heading. So in the next week, I will teach you what are the 8 steps that we practice within this practice, this non-sectarian pure practice. They are called as 8 noble paths, and I'm going to describe them in the next week, right? So first noble truth is there is suffering. Second noble truth is the craving is the cause for this suffering, and coming out of suffering is the solution to so coming out of craving is the solution to end the suffering. And in the next week we learn the path to come out of this suffering. So let's discuss it in the next week. Until then, please think. Today too, all of us join together and practice this meditation technique vigorously and accumulated a lot of positive energy. We share this positive energy, first of all, with all the sick people in the world. And let's wish for all of them good health. And at the same time, for you, let's wish together, may all of us be able to stay healthy until the end of this pandemic. And may all the good things happen in our lives. And may we be able to develop in this Dhamma practice and practicing gradually. May all of us attain real peace, real happiness, purification of mind, Nibbana. With those thoughts, everyone, please concentrate. Abhivadana silisse nichang vada pachayino chattaro dhamma vadanti ayuvanno sukhang balang ayurarogya sampatti sagga sampatti mevacha ato nibbana sampatti iminati samijjatu. May you be well. May you be happy. May all the good things happen to you. May you be very peaceful. Good night to everyone. If you have a question, please stay. If you don't have a question, you can leave. Good night to everyone. Good night, Mr. Juan. Good
I have
night,
a question, and I shall wait.
Right.
I have a quick question.
All right, you can say yes.
Thank you.
Please wait for. Yeah. Right. Right. Jandrendi, Rajamai. Good night.
Good night.
Tiruvan Sarnayendi. Tiruvan. Prashant, good night. Good night. Charles, good night. Mr. Frank, good night.
Night.
Good night. Right down. Right down. Right. The others, they can stay. Please wait for a moment.